guest today, ladies and gentlemen, on the 4th of June 2020 on Insights with Nidhi is none other than Mr. Ulrich Reifenhäuser, board member and managing director Reifenhauser, logging in from Troisdorf, Germany. His family has been one of the pioneers in many manufacturing of plastic processing machinery in Germany. Mr. Reifenhauser has been personally very active in industry activities and holds various leadership positions in VDMA, Messe Düsseldorf, and many others. I warmly welcome you, sir, and thank you very much for giving us the time today.
I thank you. I'm very proud and happy that I got your invitation and that you give me the chance to be interviewed by you and to give my opinion on the actual situation. And I hope the actual situation in India is improving and that things really go in the right direction. Hopefully in the direction as here in Germany, because really I can report Germany is good off. And just let's take, I'm living very close to Cologne. Cologne is a fairly big city with 1 million. Not so big for India, but for Germany it's number 4. So 1 million is good, is big. And Cologne reported yesterday that they still have 38 ill persons. So 38 persons have the corona, and only 3 new came yesterday. So this is, honestly speaking, a population of 1 million, and this is Cologne, has, there are a few or maybe some ill persons, but these numbers of 38 of 1 million is neglectable, and luckily Germany goes back to normal, and even Europe from the 15th of June, traveling in Europe will be possible, and life will slowly normalize. But we have to take care. This virus is dangerous, is different, so we have to be there and have to still do the required measurements of masks and certain distance and all that.
Excellent. I think Germany has been ahead of us in the COVID curve. So we are very closely watching that so we can take the learnings from that country. And the way that you've handled it, I think the whole world is taking Germany as an example also. So looking forward for a better future. Quickly, Mr. Reifenhauser, we'll begin with the questions. Your organization is a global player and you have operations in Germany and also operations in America. How the manufacturing locations have been affected and how they have responded differently in dealing with the lockdowns and the last 3 months journey?
The main operation is here in Germany. So more or less all the machine building is done. In US, we have just a screw and barrel manufacturing. So if we were influenced by Corona, it was Germany. And here in Germany, yes, we reacted like everybody has to do. It was a lockdown. But as we are a relevant industry, we had some special permissions. So the company more or less did work continuously, not on full capacity, but we did our work. A lot of people stayed home, so home office was for sure something that was very actively chosen. But we were fairly lucky in this situation.
So it's back to 100% utilization capacity now in Germany?
Not 100%, but I would say it's 80-85%.
Oh, that's also very good. How has Germany and the European machinery manufacturing business been building up overall?
The building up of our industry, especially the plastic and rubber industry, was very strong. So the year 2019 was all-time high. Then, let's say in summer 2019, not a slowdown, but a certain cooling down was seen. And then, the K-Show brought a little new push. But then, yeah, we had Corona, and Corona does mean for 2 months more or less a full stop. And now I do see a recovery, but the recovery depends on the industry. Let's say plastic industry has the chance to recover faster than, for example, car industry, because this is private investments and they will have their problems. And car industry is fairly important in Germany.
Okay. Your organization has been a pioneer in machines for non-woven fabric, and they have come out as a savior in the COVID times. And I understand and I heard that you also shifted your machines that were in your testing lab right into the medical facilities. How did this idea come to your mind? And I'm sure it must have been perceived very well. This act would have been kind of really appreciated.
Yeah. No doubt, it was perceived very, very well. The good and lucky thing is that 30 years ago we started the spunbond business, and it was really a technology that was different to normal extrusion technologies. But yeah, it was for after 10 years we had the level to really promote to the market and sell the machine. So since 30 years, we are fairly successful, and in certain big markets, we are simply the market leader. Having this status, we have the biggest spunbond lab worldwide. So this lab contains 3 spunbond lines, and these 3 lines contain, one is a standalone meltblown, and there's one meltblown in a very big line. And when the Corona crisis really came and the lack of masks was so obvious, and people started crying to have masks, and it's not the mask alone, it's the filter. And the filter media is the meltblown. And we have special machines like these meltblown lines to produce perfect filter medias. And then we saw, felt, and heard that there's a tremendous requirement for this filter media. And we said, come on, okay, no more testing. Anyway, no customers are coming, traveling was not allowed. And we switched our whole lab, and we had 2 lines, 2 meltblown lines constantly running, and our technicians who normally switched their jobs and said, now, okay, no more commissioning. Now you are handling the machine 24/7. They didn't like that too much, but they very, very fast got the public response on that. And everybody was so happy and grateful and thankful that Reifenhäuser is doing this. And we really brought to Germany a fairly big amount and quantity of this special material, what is not available in Germany.
Brilliant. Mr. Reifenhäuser, this COVID is here for some time. It's not going away soon. So many countries, they want to become self-sufficient in production of face masks as well as the PP material. What is going to say about the non-woven industry in all countries now?
The demand of spunbond, of nonwovens and meltblown, especially face masks, is tremendous nowadays. In the past, China developed into the main supplier of face masks. But then, Corona came from China into Europe, and the demand for face masks was tremendous. But China itself needed so much face masks. So what happened? Availability was not there. If face masks were sent to Europe, then this is open market. The prices of the face masks simply were higher by 10 times. Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people made a tremendous money. Yes. But anyway, it was not enough. So it was a bad situation. And then the governments started to think, wow, this is bad. We need this for the safety and for the hygiene and for our people to protect them. And what we need capacities. So we got in contact with the ministers of German government, who then heard, okay, there's a company who is not only producing, but who has the capacities to build machines. And then, yeah, the whole thing really started. And we got phone calls from French government, from Norwegian government, from Egyptian government, from Morocco, government from Morocco, and all over, especially in Europe. The government said we have to be on ourselves. We have to have capacities. So there's no way to wait for Chinese masks or Chinese products. And I have to say that even a lot of capacities or quantities that came from China were rejected because of lousy quality. So tremendous prices, but lousy quality. And if it's a very important thing that you need, that the population need, then yeah, you better decide to do it yourself. And this is the situation. This is why a lot of, yeah, please.
Sorry, in India also we faced the same situation. The consignments that came from China, they could not be utilized because they gave wrong results, so they had to be kind of sent back.
But I have to say, the demand for Reifenhäuser machines, what is now considered to be the best in Europe and in US, the demand from India is still very low. So this special meltblown, what is the filter for the masks, is not that strong from India.
Not yet.
Or maybe not yet.
Not yet. But I think I've heard about a lot of companies myself, because I'm talking to everyone in the industry, that companies, converters and processors that are not into this segment at all, they are evaluating and making plans to set up non-woven plants, and very big names at that. So because they do foresee a demand. So they're a little lagging behind, but I think it will catch up.
Yeah.
Okay. The plastic materials use is going to rise very heavily in the healthcare sector. How do you see your product verticals performing under these conditions, sir?
Product verticals, you mean our product range at Reifenhuser?
Yes.
Okay. We are lucky. We are very lucky because our product range is general packaging, is food packaging, is hygiene, is medical products, and is components for other OEMs. And components for other OEMs is very, very slow. So yeah, we have a problem in new orders here. But packaging, and especially food packaging, is very, very good. We are more or less on the level of last year, what was a very good year. I mean, the reason for that is very clear. People don't go to restaurants, but they have to eat. So if you eat, you have to buy packed foods. And with food, you are a little bit you are careful. So it should be perfectly packed food. So the packaging industry, the food packaging industry, and this is more or less worldwide, is booming. And they're having a good time, and they are really running out of capacities because the demand was so strong. So here, our customers and potential customers are looking or thinking, and some are ordering new capacities. And I mean, okay, the medical, the spunbond market, okay, we talked about this, is just a little bit, it's really crazy. The kind of capacities that are needed now in this world are very, very, very high. So our the demand for new machines all over the world is very, very strong.
Excellent. So I think that is even in the non-woven as well as the packaging, the demand is high everywhere. So we have good times to look forward for as far as business is concerned. Any innovations in the last 2 months that have come across? Though I know you would be very busy in your production lines and putting the supply chain in order because of the lockdowns happening. But I've heard about very, unusual innovations coming up from companies, because everyone has been working under very different environments. Has something like that come up in your organization?
Rule number one for German machinery manufacturers is you have to improve permanently. So there is always a list what we have to do. And normally we have a lack of specialists because all the specialists are out, no more traveling. So our specialists are here. We have our big line, our big lab. And then these guys are doing some jobs with a fairly strong intensity, what normally is not, they are not in a position to stay for 2, 3, 4 weeks and work on development. So this is what we did. On the other hand, yes, we also did some developments in a subject, what we never should forget, because a year ago, everybody was talking about circular economy. And let's say in 6 months, everybody will talk about circular economy. So we are working on solutions on circular economy. And yes, I can tell you that we will have some surprising novelties to present to the market fairly soon. It's already proven, we know it working, but okay, still some work to do. Yeah, we have done some engineering jobs and have some very, very nice results here in our company.
Oh, I'm already sounding very excited, and I'm sure all the converters here, when they're going to listen to this, you're going to, Manish Mehta is going to get a lot of inquiries saying, what is it that you're coming up with? So great. That has kindled a little bit of flame there. Mr. Reifenhäuser, I've been speaking to the leaders across, and what has come across is that the manufacturing companies, they have started providing troubleshooting as well as after-sales service through web-based tools and audio and video. Even they are clinching orders through audio and video now, not only after-sales service. So that has kind of changed the whole format of how you are approaching the customers. Instead of earlier, there used to be a lot of traveling and one-to-one negotiations. Now it's all getting done on computers and on tools. Do you think this is going to continue even after the pandemic is over, this format of communication, because it is very productive?
It's tremendously productive, because we are saving all the time sitting in planes for hours and days, but being productive here at the desk and having this marvelous kind of communication, what now is fully worldwide accepted. So will this change our style of business? Yes, it will. And web-based tools are done by everybody, by every society, by every industry, and this will be the standard. But no, especially with machines, what we are selling has to be is a machine that has to be explained, has to be not negotiated, has to be tailor-made. And okay, this kind of communication is good, is very good, and it's improving even. But there's nothing better than to sit intensively for 6, 7, 8 hours in a room and discuss. And okay, we can have a nice call now, or video call, but after 1 hour, this is no. You can get the level of being alert that long on one video call. So it's much better. It's much more intensive to meet and to see the reaction, and really to see, did my partner, did my customer really understand?
I do agree with you, Mr. Reifenhäuser, that, and these are huge capex items. The customers would prefer their partners to be spending a lot of time with them across the table. So yes, these web-based tools can be good for maybe the after sales, but for sales, they would prefer having a one-to-one. I totally agree with you. With the shift of at least the after sales, would you be having your German back office work in shifts now?
Yes and no. because, you know, Germany has a lucky location. If we talk to our Far East customers, friends, and partners, we talk in the early morning. If we talk to our Latin American customer, friends, and partners, we talk in the late afternoon. And the Far East guys respect that they talk in their late afternoon with us in the morning. So there is no need of shift. No, I don't see.
No. Great.
No.
There has been a lockdown in many countries. India has been very extensive. So the converters, they have been closed for months together. And I have been speaking to most of them, and they are kind of coming back to their operations, but 50%, 60%, 70%. Do you see the deliveries getting delayed a bit in 2020, at least in the next quarter, to your customers?
What concerns Reifenhäuser, we don't have real problems. Why? Because all major parts of our machines are done in-house. So it's the extruder, it's the die, it's the winder, it's the haul-off. This is all done by us. So we can control this. The problem for deliveries is the transportation, and then is the traveling of the experts. Because to build up a machine is different than to commission a coffee machine. You need really, there's a plug and play. You need really experts to go there, to explain or to build up, and then to explain and to do some teaching, a lot of teaching, and then leave the guys alone, or even stay for some weeks for further teaching. So this is the main. It's the logistics of the stuff of the products, and logistics of the stuff. This will hinder a normal and really active normal business. Yeah.
What do you think is going to be the pattern of growth, Mr. Reifenhäuser? For the non-woven, it is going through the roof, so it is absolutely doubling, tripling. For the packaging machines, how do you see the pattern of growth for maybe 2021 geography-wise?
I see growth, yes, but maybe not this year, because this year is a little slow, and not all the investors decide fast and with a lot of emotion and strength. Some are a little bit cautious, and I can understand. Maybe it's a fault, because one philosophy of Reifenhäuser company, Reifenhäuser, is, for example, be very active and very strong in crisis, to be prepared when the times are normal. The packaging industry will grow, yes, will grow, and honestly, and I talked about this. The food packaging needs a perfect package. And fact of life is plastic packaging has best functionality and best prices. So with this, and with the new thinking concerning packaging and plastic, there will be a growth. But we had a problem last year, very obvious. There was a bad plastic bashing, and we are working on the problem. So the problem, or the subject, not the problem. It's not the problem. It's a subject. The subject of circular economy, of recyclability, and of technologies to recycle. This is the main subject the industry, the machinery industry has to solve, and we are working very, very strong on that. But to answer your question, yes, I see a growth, and I see a good future for plastic products.
Excellent. That's music to our ears, because any sunrise hopes is all that is going to keep us motivated. Mr. Reifenhäuser, you're also the president for Messe Düsseldorf for Plastics and Rubber. We were all ready to come up to K, and of course, we are not coming now. How do you see the exhibition format changing? Is K going to be held, or is going to be a digital format? Or what is the plan that Messe is drawing forward for us.
I think you're mixing K and Drupa and Interpack. Messe Düsseldorf, the K were in 2019, and the K in October was a marvelous fair. So we had our K.
Yes.
Unluckily now Interpack and Drupa is missing. But yes, I'm the president of K, so to speak, and I'm fairly involved in the exhibition business. And I can tell you, these guys are hit baddest because either there is an exhibition, what is 100, or there is no exhibition, that is 0 for the time being, and for a certain time there is nothing, no business, no customer, the only thing that is still there, fixed cost. So these exhibition companies, they are suffering tremendously, very, very badly. Luckily, here in Germany, it was announced that let's say in autumn, they very slowly open up again, special, smaller fairs. So there will be some fairs, but under strict regulations. Will the fair business overall change? Yes and no. The way of digital information that are given to those who are interested, and those are the students and the customers and all the groups who would like to come to shows, they get digital informations, yes. But honestly speaking, such a big exhibition like K, like Drupa, like Interpack is so marvelous. You go in these big halls and you have everything. It's like a big supermarket where you get everything. And okay, when you go over internet and you just inform yourself about apples, okay, you have the apples. But you want to have strawberries and blah 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 and Coca-Cola and meat and food and everything. So by walking around, you can have all this, and this atmosphere and this close contact in fairly short meetings and real the ability to compare from expert talk to expert talk. This you cannot get through digital. Digital is good preparation. Digital is a thing that even after Corona now is getting stronger and stronger, and young people always are anyway stronger in this media. Older generation like me is not that strong. Corona made me really strong now in this media. I learned a lot, and it's good, but there still will be exhibitions, and this will be the platform for very important talks and good businesses.
I totally agree with you, sir. And usually the decision makers, the people who are going to make the decisions for making that expenditure or capex, are going to be senior people who would prefer kind of, talking, meeting, understanding. Digital, it's available on the net any which way. I totally agree with you. So we are going to be waiting and seeing how these fairs that you're going to open up with the norms that you're going to set up for social distancing, how you're going to be doing it. And we will also replicate it in our conferences, especially the flexibility packaging one. So I totally go with you on that. Mr. Reifenhäuser, you're also chairing the VDMA board. What is the thought process that is going on in such important associations on automation, future for innovations for machinery, even after the pandemic has kind of gone away? Is there kind of different list that has been agreed on that this kind of pandemic may happen again? So this is the, the topics that we should be focusing on, vis-a-vis what was being planned on earlier.
Is too long. Yes, the VDMA is a very, very active communication between all the machine builders, and a lot of things are going on. A lot of things. As I said, we use the time where we have capacities, free capacities, and yes, it's digitalization, it's automation. What I can tell you is that the board of the plastic and rubber machinery companies where I'm the chairman of. We had weekly video conferences. Now we have all 2 weeks video conferences where we discuss the actual situation, where we give support, where we inform ourselves, although we are quite our competitors. But in this crisis, you have to stand together. You have to share the ideas, and this works out very good. And also, what we do in this board is we are thinking on the subject what I told before, that there is a time after Corona. So we very actively start thinking about our activities in circular economy, what has to be done, what has to be decided, because you might know that the European community is very strict. They will do a lot of laws that will lead us to circular economy. Shall we wait till politicians who in a way have very little know-how about this give us the laws, what we have to do? No, we don't do. So we are actively discussing what can we promote, what can we tell them, how can we advise them, and this is what we are doing, so that the process of circular economy gets speed, but is decided in a way that is reasonable for the industry, helps tremendously to the circular economy, but in a way is reasonably. And bans are not the way we are thinking, especially in Europe, is the right way to do. We have to recycle. And this is what we are working. This is one major thing we are now doing and discussing in the board of VDMA, plastic and rubber machinery.
Brilliant. I agree, sir. It's a huge topic, and we'll probably come to you later on that. I just have 2 small questions before we let you go. The whole world, especially our Prime Minister in India, is really focusing on localization. He's kind of driven this campaign. Are you not looking at putting your machineries and your plant here in India soon? Are you planning of that?
There's always an idea or thinking on that. You might know that India is the strongest sales and service unit Reifenhäuser has. With our Reifenhäuser India, we have 8 locations all over India. We have a lot of technicians who are not only responsible for India, but who are being sent out all over the world. And after having this technology know-how, the next step is then, why not do a part?
Yes, I think that's music to our ears, Mr.
Manufacturing. We are thinking. We are open. We are open, and you perfectly know that that India has a marvelous promoter for ideas like this, like Manish Mehta. He has a big influence in this company, and he's not only a tremendously good friend, but his know-how in Indian demands and in what Indian really needs is he tells us. And if we don't listen, he tells us a second and a third time, and he gets his informations, and all he wants to say very clear and loud to us.
Yes, persistent. Yes, absolutely. And the last one, are you also open to any mergers and acquisitions, because a lot of opportunities may arise during this time?
Yes. Reifenhäuser is a fairly very strongly financed company. Big is a must to buy every year a company. No, but if there is a chance to to bring a new part or a new partner into our group that really strengthened us, we are open to always think about that, and then yes, we are fast to do and to make facts and have a new partner. So who knows? Maybe yes. Wait a little.
Okay, great. We have got a lot of good things coming up from you, sir, and your message we are going to take across to all our plastic industry in India. We are so thankful to you for sharing your thoughts and your views today, and we are hoping to see you soon on the other side, and all of us are going to get on the other side much better in our processes. When, as they say, that when the goings get tough, the tough goes tougher. So looking forward to see you soon, sir. Thank you so much for your time and appreciate a lot.
My real pleasure. Was a very nice talk with you. And yes, I'm looking forward. I'm missing real good Indian food, and I love to come to India very soon, as soon as possible.
Same here, sir. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
For more videos on Insights with Nidhi Verma, please click the playlist tab on your left, and please subscribe to our channel by clicking our logo on the right. Do press the bell icon to never miss a video.